Did you know that King Von's death was caused by a hospital nurse? A close member of OTF claims that King Von went into shock, survived 2 procedures, woke up yelling for his gun, and passed away with just 1 procedure remaining.
Mom made it through 2 surgeries. He had 3 surgeries ago. He made it through 2 surgeries. And then after the second surgery, he hopped off the bed and started fighting the nurse and said where his gun at. And he went and he died because he went into shock. So he was making
Wow.
2 surgeries. How hours later, Kayla knows, talking about some, he fought the nurse. She the one told me that. His mama didn't even know that. How you knowing what's going on inside the hospital that
Because
quick?
she was there at the hospital.
He would later explain that King Von must have woken up, jumped from his hospital bed, and dashed inside his hospital room while looking for his gun. King Von was shocked by this, but did you realize that rappers had actually made references to it before? In preparation for his record release party at Club Opium in Atlanta on November 5, 2020, King Von and his group were expected to attend a massive celebration of. No one expected King Von to succeed because his life and career were so short. O-Black, one of his numerous adversaries, was raised in a hazardous environment. Being aware of the risks of being discovered in public, Van would transport a group of 20 to 25 O-Black members to the club in 8 different automobiles. The extreme steps Von took to protect Van were even mentioned by 100 K-Track, his manager.
Travel with 1 security that moves with Von, and he traveled with 2 more security. You know what I'm saying? Von traveled in a proof truck, and not only that, his guys are security, man. He travels with 10 to 15 guys daily. They protect and love Von more than any security would. We're like, I think about 8, 10 cars deep, 20, 25 on honor rod.
However, things altered later in the evening. Von would act out, putting his life in jeopardy. Meanwhile, his party was going great, and everyone was having a great time celebrating his CD, his life, and his achievement. The plan was for everyone to return to the Arab King, where the party ended at 2:30 a.m., but Von would swiftly change his mind and go somewhere else.
Everybody mind leaving the club is that we're going to the hotel and the Airbnb, because that's normal routine. The club you went to, the after hours, wasn't getting paid for. I didn't have no acknowledgement of. This team didn't have no acknowledgement of. That was a complete Von.
Von sent his driver to the Monaco Lounge, a different club, after everyone else on board had gone to the Arabian. This was the first of several decisions that ultimately led to Van's premature death.
Everybody else that was with us driving to the Airbnb, and Von literally went to the venue by himself. We got a call later from people in the car like, hey bro, we here by, matter of fact, I think from the DJ was like, hey bro, you know we here by ourselves, like where you guys at? And everybody rerouted to the.
When Von arrived in Monaco, the others were waiting for him to go to the Arabian. On the other hand, the rest of the team instantly got back in their automobiles and drove to the new club after learning that the arrangements had altered. Although Von's team was ready to join the new club, Von spent 30 minutes sitting alone in the vehicle. When Van arrived in Monaco, his manager noticed that King Von was not behaving like the upbeat guy he usually is, which was a sign that something was up.
For some reason, Von wasn't himself. This man is like, I promise you, the best artist I ever moved in my life. For some reason that night, it was off. Like, he stayed in the car for like 30, 35 minutes.
Interview 337/350. Following that, his manager returned to his truck and attempted to check on King Von Van. After some time, he agreed to let him into the lounge, but Van's men had to keep their guns in their cars due to Monaco club rules. The club's security was first sent to ensure that everything was safe.
I went to the car he was in. I was like, yo, Von. Went inside the passenger seat. I was like, yo, Von, bro, what's going on? Like, everybody here waiting, let's go. He was like, all right, let's go. We're telling security, hey, it's time to go in now. Von's ready. You know what I'm saying? We've been here too long. Let's go inside the club. They check the venue, go inside, check the outside, make sure there's no.
The real danger was outside, but Quando Rondo and several of his friends were able to sleep while doing security checks at a club, almost as if they knew something was going to happen later in the night. A member of Van's group found Quando Rondo asleep in a car just outside Von's car.
Now, right before we go inside the club, one of his homeboys, he came to the car and said, hey, so-and-so's here. And Von just jumped up like, oh, come on.
Despite King Von's team's best efforts to calm him down and keep him from creating a scene, he clearly continued to circle the front of the white car and swing against Quando without speaking beforehand. He would respond in an instant, get out of his truck, put his phone down, and try to face Quando.
Jumped out the car. By the time Vaughn jumped out the car, I don't even think he knew where so-and-so was. He just jumped out the car. He bumped into so-and-so. As soon as he bumped into so-and-so, started brawling.
Lil Tim, Quando's best friend, would then come out of the back of the white car with his gun a few seconds into the fight. In addition, he would use it once in the leg against Van's manager and other times throughout King Von's body. A few crew members of Van were still wearing straps. When Tim's pistol sounded, Von's crew guys pulled out their own and began firing back at Lil Tim, which immediately sent him down a few feet away. Area 2 off-duty was where the sound was coming from. To creep up on the street, security officers would get into their automobiles and drive down the street. They hit and killed one of King Van's members when they were near enough to start shooting. But King Von was lying in the center of the road with Quando beside him, shielding him with his hand. Online users believe Quando was trying to seize Van's chain before he fled, while Van's management believes he was keeping Quando there for his protection.
Was he trying to take Von's chain or?
Honest truth, I don't think B-Roy had no jewelry on, and from the people that was a little bit closer, Von was actually holding onto him like, man, you ain't going nowhere. Like, you here, like, even through getting, he's that strong, like, he just, like, he was literally holding.
The rush to save King Von's life, however, started as soon as the tension lessened and everyone stopped shooting. When Quando Rondo and his party were after him, his best friend Lou would run into the center of the road, knock him aside, grab Von, and carry him to the getaway car. After Lil Tim has been hit 4 times, remove him from the scene, drag him into the white car, and then promptly drive to the hospital. King Von stayed in his car throughout it all, telling everyone to stay upbeat and that everything would be fine.
He was in the car. I myself wasn't there. The gentleman that was in the car with him was panicking, and Vaughn was the one that was like, hey, calm down, slow down, chill, I'm gonna be good, just get him to the hospital. And honest truth, we all thought that the way he was carrying himself from that incident, from what I was told from the people in the car, that he would have been fine.
When King Von first came to the hospital, he was escorted to the operating room, but he tragically passed away during the process. However, many people thought Von was still alive because of recent news that showed he survived his surgery. The F member would go on to say that he passed away after waking up and looking for his gun before a nurse showed up in his room and discovered the identical firearm that rap icon Boosie had told him about.
Like you said, the King Von situation, like there was absolutely no reason for Von to be rolling around with that dude. Like, there was no, especially since he had security, like, you know, someone should have jumped in. It should never even, I almost feel like, but I almost feel like if you have real security.
All of them is supposed to blast. I feel like they would have been more ready in Chicago.
Sad, man, sad. I mean, the whole King Von thing is really kind of hanging
me up,
over everyone right now.
That me up, bro. Cause I like King Von.
Since King Von was one of Chicago's most violent and brave gang members, the news of his death shocked the whole rap business. Most people didn't even believe it was true until they saw it on the news. Since Van had owned a gun his entire life, he had practically grown up in a violent area, and he reportedly never had one on him. His natural reaction was to look for it.
Made national headlines as officials confirmed one of the 3 people was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends.
2 groups of individuals got into a physical altercation. That physical altercation escalated into an exchange.
Interview 9:00/916. The act of simply walking across the street to see King Von's artwork would become extremely popular on the internet when O-Black members performed this Instagram live.
Check it out, let's walk over here and see this Von picture. I know it's a lot of ops on this. I'm letting y'all see where I'm at. Why is this black truck still right here? Man, watch that truck. Watch that truck right there.